Hasakura Ko transfers to Shuchiken Academy at Shiome City after several years of constant moving due to his father's work. He meets the vice president, Erika Sendo, who is suddenly flustered upon shaking hands. Tsukasa, a fellow student, is instead tasked with bringing him to Hakuo dorms. Once there, he's knocked out by a falling girl. When he comes to, he recognizes her as Kanade Yuki and her sister, Haruna. He had played with the two girls when they were children, and he's happy to see familiar faces. Over lunch the next day, Kanade gives Ko a school map designed to give him a tour of the school. He then runs into Shiro, a member of the chapel group Laurel Ring, and his sister, Aimaki. After helping her catch her rabbit, Shiro brings him to a student council building, where her brother, Seichiro, tries to get him to leave. However, President Iori invites him inside, where Erika is also working. Ko is surprised to learn that the two are siblings, and as Erika leaves out of embarrassment, Iori tells him that she has feelings for him. That night, Iori plays a prank on Ko by replacing the signs of the baths, causing him to accidentally wander into the girls' bath. He sees a naked Erika, and she understandably slaps the daylights out of him. When he regains consciousness, he learns that Iori is responsible for the trick played on him. He plans to apologize to Erika. Overhearing this, she invites him to the Hosaka Zelkova. Tsukasa explains that it's a giant tree popular for being a confession spot among young couples. The next day, Ko wanders into a chapel and is horrified by what he sees, Iori sinking his teeth into a girl. Ko ends up missing his meetup with Erika. The next day, he attends the entrance ceremony with Iori and Erika as keynote speakers. During Erika's speech, she exposes that Ko entered the girls' bathroom, causing him to live on in infamy with the girls and admiration from the men. In class, he meets Kuz, a quiet girl known as a loner. Later, after failed attempts to apologize to Erika, he runs into Haruna taking care of the school's gardens. He spots Erika from afar and chases after her, but he collides into Kuz. He apologizes and helps carry her load of boxes, but is off-put by her aloofness. Later, Kanade and Haruna visit Iori at his dorm for their promised tea party, and they comment on how bare his room is. The next day, he sees a bulletin board with mock exam results, and he's impressed by how well Erika performs. However, he sees her disappointed with her results, and Haruna explains that Kuz managed to beat the vice president in math every time, and suspects that she is merely holding back on the other subjects as well. He later helps Shiro find her missing rabbit, Yukimaru. They enlist the help of several students in the search, although Kuz comments that it's pointless to involve yourself with others. He eventually finds Yukimaru about to be struck by a soccer ball, and he saves the rabbit just in time, but Erika hints at having strange powers herself. Later, Ko finally has an opportunity to apologize to Erika, and they finally manage to shake hands. Meanwhile, after taking a DNA sample taken from Ko, Iori comments that he is no ordinary man. Kanade invites Erika to the group's nightly tea parties, and she obliges. Iori suddenly appears, thankful that she and Ko are finally getting along. As they rush to class, he candidly remarks to Ko that he has quite a tasty neck. Ko brushes it off as a joke, but it's apparent that Iori is quite serious. Later that day, Ko finds Kanade watching a niche television show and learns that her tastes have not changed after years. They then have a tea party with Erika and Shiro, and after seeing his bare room, they decide to go downtown the next day to find something to spice it up. They head into town where Erika and Haruna instantly get along. The group spend the day having fun, and Erika later wishes Ko a wonderful school life together. She suddenly becomes serious and warns him to be wary of her brother, Iori. However, the next day, Ko is invited over by Iori to play a game where he reveals his heritage as a vampire. Erika arrives and reveals herself to be one as well. Ko, startled by all this news, is given a choice: join the student council now that he knows their secret, or have his memories erased since transferring into the academy. Ko, accustomed to starting from square one over and over again, elects to have his memory wiped, but he becomes hesitant after the time spent with his friends. Disappointed, Iori and Seichiro leave, and Erika is instructed to take care of him. Erika begins the process of erasing his memories, but cannot bring herself to do so. Realizing that going through with this would be against his plans of starting a fresh life, he agrees to join the student council. Ko is given an orientation on the qualities of vampires. Iori wants to dispel the notion that vampires are weak to sunlight or garlic. In fact, he reveals that they are nigh invincible, blessed with immunity to diseases, a superhuman healing factor, and immortality. However, he concedes that they indeed have a craving for blood, which is often solved through transfusions, but Iori is known to occasionally prey on living beings. He then asks Ko to get along with Erika. Later, Ko is chagrined to learn that he is assigned as a sports festival organizer, but he manages to deal with it. The student council works him hard, and he begins to doubt his abilities, but Kanade and Haruna encourage him. The next day, a galvanized Ko works harder than ever. He enters the archive rooms, and with Erika's help, they search for previous sports festival records. She accidentally stumbles and drops a box, revealing several photos showing that Iori has been participating for several decades, a testament to his immortality. Ko's efforts soon begin to bear fruit, earning him the admiration and respect from both his peers and the student council. Over lunch, hoping to add more fun events to the festival, he gets an idea from Haruna to ask local shops to sponsor prizes. However, the class is reluctant, as such a thing has never been done before. He runs into Shiro, and with her help and the respected Togi name, they manage to rally several shops to their cause. Later, Erika sees Ko hard at work putting the finishing touches on the event gate. He is then joined by several of his teammates, and working together, they haul the gate over to the entrance. Iori, watching from afar, remarks that he is the perfect choice. The school festival opens to a resounding success, but Ko notices that Kuz is still left by her lonesome. Ku attracts the ire of Erika when he comments on their foot race as though they were horses. Later, the group have lunch together, and they notice that Haruna made yakisoba without ginger, Ko's favorite, a fact which Kanade teases him for. They are saddened when they learn that Ko will be unable to participate in one of his own events, and a passing Kuz voices her displeasure at him showing off. He later tries to talk her into enjoying the festival, but he's called away by other organizers. While his water balloon event rages on, he is distraught to learn that due to a stock error, they have nearly run out of prizes to give out. Recalling a similar memory as a child, he comes up with a plan to use vouchers as promissory notes. He instructs his team to make them while he begs the shop to pledge more prizes. He returns triumphant, but tragedy strikes when Haruna injures her leg during the water balloon event. Unable to run with Ko at the three-legged race, they instead ask Kuz to take her place, and she reluctantly agrees. The race starts with Erika in the lead, but Ko and Kuz are not far behind. In the changing booth, Kuz emerges in a cat-made outfit, causing the students to erupt in cheers, while Erika appears dressed in a duck outfit. Eventually, he and Kuz win the race. His friends congratulate him, but Kuz is nowhere to be found. Iori, thankful for his work on the festival, gifts him a key to the student council building. As he is called off by his team for a celebration party, he remarks that student council work isn't all that bad. Ko finds Haruna setting up posters for the school's cleanliness initiative and volunteers to help her. Kanade, watching from afar, surmises that her sister is in love with Ko and plots to bring them closer together. That evening, both Ko and Haruna read letters that the two wrote each other as children. The two have become quite close in their youth, and when Ko moves away, they promise to write. Over the next few days, Kanade makes various attempts to get them closer together. Her efforts do not go unnoticed, as Ko and Haruna wonder what her aim is. During an unveiling of the Cleanliness Initiative uniforms, Kanade pushes for a photo to be taken of her and Ko. To their shock, Haruna becomes angered at Kanade's persistence, suspecting she is only going this far for her because she has lost her memories in a car accident, a startling revelation. The sisters' relationship soon becomes strained, and Ko finds himself caught in the crossfire. Kanade explains to him that as a child, Haruna suffered from a weak constitution, aggravated by a car accident which robbed her of a year's worth of memories spent with Ko. Kanade blames herself for her sister's condition and pledged to always put her sister's happiness before hers, but he reasons that Haruna does not want to be pitied. The next day, Ko talks with Haruna and learns that the feeling is mutual. Haruna wishes for her sister to stop prioritizing her over herself. He brings the sisters together and they reconcile. Ko reveals a letter that Haruna sent him shortly after losing her memories, hoping to reconnect, and he hopes to make more memories with them. The three thank the Hosaka Zelkova for bringing them back together, in accordance with the wish they made long ago. Erika turns down a confession, citing a rule that prevents her from dating mortals. Meanwhile, preparations for an upcoming pool event enters full swing. Ko learns that it's also Erika's birthday, but Iori explains that being immortal, they do not celebrate it. Regardless, Ko insists on getting a present, so Iori sends him on an errand downtown as an excuse for him to find one. Ko, with Tsukasa's help, later returns with a bouquet of flowers for Erika. She's elated and unable to find the proper words to express how thankful she is. She displays it by her bedside, but she suffers a sudden tightening in her chest. The next day, the school enjoys a pool event organized by the student council. Kanade is surprised that Kuz is participating and correctly guesses that it's due to Kuz's influence. After several races and a water tank event that Kuz and Shiro emerge victorious from, Iori leads several boys in throwing the teacher and sister Amaike into the pool. While Ko and Erika clean up after the event, Kuz and several students spot them, with the latter commenting that they look like partners, a remark which affects Kuz. Later, Ko and Erika engage in a friendly race, and afterwards, romantic tensions rise when they stumble into each other, bringing their faces dangerously close. However, Erika once again suffers another bout of pain in her chest, and she excuses herself. Later, she struggles to control her urge to feed on blood, as images of Ko spring up in her mind. Unable to control her pain, she accidentally shatters the bouquet of flowers. She later awakens from a nightmare of her feeding on Ko, before realizing the damage she'd done. That night, the appearance of a cloaked vampire sparks rumors around the school, although both Iori and Erika deny being involved. However, they reveal that there are indeed other vampires on the island, and they decide to organize search parties. They later run into Kanade with garlic and cross in hand, insisting on patrolling as well. Amaike arrives and scolds the group, telling them not to go out at night until the matter is resolved. Ignoring her warnings, the student council proceed with their patrol as planned. Erika begins struggling to control her urges to attack Ko. Finding nothing amiss, they meet up with Iori and Sachiro, who have likewise found nothing. However, the vampire suddenly arrives, and as they discard their cloak, they are shocked to see it is none other than Kuz. Iori recognizes her as a dependent, but does not elaborate further. Realizing her master is not among them, Kuz escapes, and Erika gives chase. Haruna, noticing the commotion, makes a dangerous move by leaving the dorm. Erika is unable to catch Kuz, her movements rusty from years of inaction. She encounters Haruna, who faints upon seeing her. They carry her back to the student council building, and Erika considers erasing her memories as she once did 6 years ago during the fateful car accident. Thus, Erika is the reason why Haruna has no recollection of her time with Ko. As she prepares to wipe her memories, Ko tries to appeal to her. Haruna suddenly awakens, and she thanks Erika for saving her all those years ago. She seemingly erases her memories once more, but quite the opposite. She has completely restored them. The three rejoice, and the two girls reconcile. The next day, Erika and Ko encounter the Yuki sisters. Haruna runs and embraces her, thanking her for saving her sister. Kuz passes by after days of going missing since the incident. Later, Erika, Iori, and Sachiro discuss Kuz and her being a dependent. Ko arrives, unaware of their discussion. Iori suddenly makes him and Erika the lead organizers of the upcoming cultural festival, much to their exasperation. They later discuss this matter with the others at Ko's room, and he notices that Erika is visibly disturbed about something. Meanwhile, Seichiro approaches Kuz and tells her to meet a certain someone. Later, Ko and Erika go downtown to do shopping for the event, asking for support from the local shops. On the beach, he asks Erika what a dependent is. She explains that dependents, like vampires, are blessed with superhuman physical prowess and are also immortal. However, they are born from drinking the blood of a vampire, and their wills become bound to their master's will. She suspects Kuz's master to be her mother, Kaio. At the same time, Kuz meets Kaio and demonstrates her absolute power over her. Erika further explains that she made a deal with her mother. In exchange for attending the academy, Erika is to find a dependent of her own before she graduates, lest she be thrown back in isolation at their mansion. Wanting to avoid this, Ko volunteers to be her dependent, but she refuses outright, refusing to compromise her values, wishing to live normally as a human. The pair walk home, and she thanks them for offering to be her dependent. Meanwhile, Iori sits in the chapel, where he remarks to a passing Amaike that a vampire desires above all else the blood of a loved one. As he says this, Erika slumps to the ground in her room. Despite drinking several pints of blood, her thirst remains unquenched. She craves Ko. Right before summer break, the student council begin preparations for the cultural festival, the biggest event of the school year. Iori later suggests they have a party, which is shut down by Erika, who points out that he has done no work at all. Erika and Ko both look forward to the upcoming festival and hope to make it a success. Later, Erika is called by her mother to their house. Questioning why she has yet to make Ko a dependent, Erika reaffirms her desire to live as a normal human being. Despite her bravado, Kaio correctly estimates that Erika has begun to feel the effects of blood withdrawal, as blood from blood banks can no longer sate her. The next day, the group decides to spend their only free day at the beach and visit the Togi siblings at their autumn festival afterwards. Erika, wanting to spend the day normally, leaves her blood packages at home. After spending the day enjoying themselves, an encounter between Ko and Erika causes him to sense something is amiss. Iori appears and remarks that Erika is likely at her wit's end, explaining she needs blood. If worse comes to worst, he asks Ko to help his sister out. As they approach the shrine, Erika reassures Ko that she is all right. The girls change into brilliant kimonos, and they begin watching the fireworks display. Iori, sensing Erika is about to break, pushes Ko into her. The physical contact causes Erika to run away, while a concerned Ko chases after her. He finds her sprawled out on the floor, and as he picks her up, her vampiric urges take over. As he embraces her, Erika abandons all inhibitions, and she indulges in Ko's blood. Erika awakens the next morning with no recollection of the previous night, and she assumes she managed to endure her bloodlust. When Ko enters the room, Erika's memories of the last night flood back. Although mortified, she thanks him for helping her. Later, Kanade interrogates Ko regarding his and Erika's disappearance last night, and he manages to come up with an excuse that they were just planning for the festival. Meanwhile, Erika is unsatisfied with her blood packs. She now craves Ko's blood. As the festival draws near, Erika starts avoiding Ko altogether. While she struggles to rein in her bloodlust, Kuz appears with a message from Kaya. If Erika refuses to make Ko her dependent, then she must return to their mansion at once. Kuz remarks that Ko's blood is special, and Erika will soon have no control over her own actions. However, Erika continues to refuse, afraid of what she might ask Ko to do if he becomes completely submissive to her. Kuz leaves, but warns her against fighting her instinct. The next morning, a visit from the Yuki sisters gives Ko an idea for the festival finale. He bursts into the student council room, but is disappointed that Erika is absent again. He proposes to release small wish parachutes designed to fly in the air. He leaves his prototype with them and leaves. Erika emerges from the back room, and upon touching the plants, she is overcome by bloodlust at the mere thought of Ko. Iori approaches her and tells her it's only a matter of time before she needs to feed again. Such is the fate of their clan. Shiro tries to volunteer herself as a dependent, but Sachiro protests. They then realize that Iori brought Ko into the student council, knowing full well that this would happen. Erika reaffirms their desire not to take a dependent. Later, she appears at Ko's doorstep, unable to control her urges. She leaves behind the parachute Ko made and disappears. Erika returns to her mother's care, choosing to isolate herself instead of taking a dependent. When Ko arrives at the student council room, he's horrified to learn that she turned herself over. Now aware of the gravity of the situation, Iori tells him that there is still one way for Erika to return, for him to become her dependent. Ko becomes despondent in her absence, and Kanade invites him to another tea party tonight, and they ask that he bring Erika along with him. When he turns up without her, he apologizes, blaming himself for her absence. He vaguely explains that she is unlikely to return, but they encourage him to make things right, despite not fully understanding the situation. Ko runs and encounters Iori and Sachiro, who volunteer to bring him to her. Ko arrives at the mansion to meet with Kaya, hoping to bring Erika back with him. His refusal to become her dependent shocks both her and Sachiro, although Iori is unfazed. Angered by his insolence, Kaya begins to choke him to death, and Sachiro turns to Iori, realizing that this was all according to his plan. Erika arrives, and Kaya throws Ko to her to give her one last chance. Make him a dependent, or she will kill him where he stands. She refuses and asks Ko to leave for his safety, knowing the pain she's going through. He offers to allow her to drink his blood, and whether or not he becomes a dependent will be entirely up to them, not by Kaya's will. Erika takes his hand, and they descend the mountain back to school. Sachiro asks Iori if this is according to his plan as well, and he replies that it's way too early to tell. Meanwhile, Kaya has accepted the current situation and asks Kuz to keep an eye on the two. In an epilogue, everyone enjoys the cultural festival that they worked so hard to make a success. Ko reflects that he came to the city because he was tired of aimlessly roaming around and is glad to have found friends he can call home.